right, I am in Ogallala, Nebraska. I'm sure everybody knows where that is. So, I promised you all the beats. Yeah, there were a lot of them. I got, I'll start you off with this 2-day stretch. I had overpair versus overpair lose 3 times. I had overpair lose to flush. I had overpair lose to straight. I had 2 pair lose to straight. And I had flush lose to full house. The twist is that that was actually a pretty good 2-day stretch. I made $130 in that 2-day stretch. I wish every 2-day stretch was only that severe. I would have made a killing if that happened every 2 days. It was much, much worse than that. I had kings run into aces 4 times. I don't remember having aces versus kings once. I had flush versus full house 4 times. I don't remember having a full house versus a flush once. One of those times, I flopped a flush and a straight flush draw, and the guy on my left had a pair. Well, he turned trips and rivered a full house. I had, over the course of 2 days, I had 4 sets. They all lost. I had the biggest hand I played while I was out here. All in on the turn, 1 card to come. A woman hit a 2-outer. I had a guy went all in without looking at his cards. He had 7 high. I had king high. I hit a king and lost. What else? What else? These were rare things, but still kind of bad breaks. There was, early on a Tuesday, not many tables going, 2 tables going. The bad beat hit. Of course, it hit at the other table. It could have just as easily hit at my table. Table's share was 1,700. That was the small share for everyone at the table, but I got nothing being at the other table. I had every straight flush pays. They're progressive amounts, so you don't know. They're always different amounts, and when they get hit, they reset. All the suited runners and suited 1-gappers I played, 4 times. I flopped a draw to the straight flush. Not only did I not hit it, which, I mean, that's not gonna happen. I hit like 1 straight flush a year, but I didn't even win any of the hands. One of the hands I hit a pair. I thought I had showdown value. Well, I did have showdown value, but I still lost. 2 of them I missed, and they were not good cards on the run out to bluff my way out of it. And the other time was what I told you. I had a flush with a straight flush draw and lost to a boat, backdoor boat. The funny thing was that 3 times I didn't play a suited runner or suited 1-gapper, I would have hit a straight flush. So just as easily as all the ones I played, all the ones I didn't, I could have played those 3 that hit, and I could have not played 3 that made me lose big pots. But no, that didn't happen. But I mean, you don't go in there thinking you're gonna hit straight flushes and get payouts, but it did happen in as annoying a fashion as it possibly could happen. Yeah, so it was pretty bad. You know what saved me? Because minus 237 actually isn't awful with everything that happened. 2 things saved me. 1, all the pots I won via bluffs. I won a lot. 1 was pretty annoying and funny. I had this guy limped, I raised pre. On 8-8 deuce, he checked, I bet, he called. I thought he had like 3s or 4s. On a jack turn, he checked again, I bet again. Easily repping over pairs and maybe a hand with a jack in it. I was trying to get him to fold like pocket 4s. He called again, and at that point I'm like, well, he's either not folding pocket 4s under any circumstance, or my read is wrong and he has something a lot stronger. So the river went check, check. He had a deuce. He had deuce 7, and he was unwilling to give it up under any circumstance, which is great. Because I'm like, okay, I did like my read, I liked my execution, didn't work, and I will now adjust. I won't try to bluff him ever. Less than an orbit later, he had pocket 7s on a pretty terrible board for 7s. I'm not trying to bluff him, but I had 7s beat. He limped pre, very similar hand. He check called the flop, he check called my bet on the turn, and then he rivered a 7. So that guy was pretty annoying for me that day. But anyway, that was a bluff that didn't get through. There were a lot that did, and also being very efficient with the hands I won. I didn't win a ton of hands, but a lot of them were all-ins. I remember getting aces a few times, getting all-ins. I had kings once, got all-in. I had a boat once, got all-in. Had a pair against a maniac, which was, I wasn't even that far ahead. That guy had a lot of outs against me, a lot. Way more than I thought. but I held. He bricked, so that was pretty rare, but good run out for me. But a lot of the hands I won, I got the absolute maximum and picked up a lot of small to medium-sized pots, so that made things not as severe as they could have been. I bring up maximizing your all-ins because there was this hand which in a sense gets me mad, in a sense keeps me happy. This local guy who's like okay, pretty fairly solid, very basic, but he plays a lot. He had a full house versus trips against the worst guy at the table. They started the hand with $400 each, and the guy only took $100 off of the worst player at the table, which is great because that guy still had $300 to lose to everyone else at the table. So glad that he didn't get cleaned out. But it's like, I don't understand how you, like, why are you coming to the casino if not to hit a full house against the worst guy at the table? And forget coming close to getting all in. He didn't come close to getting half the guy's stack. Like, there was 400 to take that was just like gift wrapped. And his bet on the river was the biggest bet, and it was $50. And he only took 100 off the guy throughout the entire hand. So it gets me frustrated that I don't know how. I guess he hits like so many full houses, he doesn't even like care to like try to get all in. I hit so few that every time I hit it, I feel the need. Like, I need to get all in with this full house. It's gonna be another 3 weeks before I hit another. And so I don't know, that kind of gets me mad, but he did leave the worst player at the table with plenty of money. So it was good in that sense, but I'm very efficient with the hands I win, and out here won a lot more hands via bluffs than I do in other cities. So that kept things not as severe. So the hours kind of missed on what I wanted. The money definitely missed on what I expected, but it was good. I got enough hours in, you know, especially during that promo period where I shot past Diamond, and I'm now well on my way to Diamond Plus. A lot of fun baseball conversations. Met my friends from law school. Met some locals who are pleasant. Went overboard with Casey's Pizza. Where am I right now? I am at Casey's. I don't know if you could tell. Is that the Casey's sign over there? I'm at a Casey's right now, not getting pizza. I ate way too much of it the past 40 days. So it was a lackluster trip in terms of hours and disappointing in terms of how much money I expected to make, but it was enjoyable in other aspects. And I am gonna leave Ogallala now, and the Broncos, I just found the Broncos Dolphins on the radio. It is Sunday, September 24th. You knew that. I didn't get a score, but it sounded like the Broncos are losing by 50. So that's great. And that's about it. I'm gonna head out, and tomorrow's video I'll probably be in Colorado by then. I'm gonna film in a few hours. You're gonna see it tomorrow if you're watching the day it gets published. And interesting stat tomorrow. Never heard anyone talk about this stat. I looked it up the last 3 times it's happened. Very interesting stat I'm going to tell you about tomorrow. University of Oklahoma. Oh, and on the second to last day, I had a full house and lost the quads. Thanks again.